Pretty much anyone can participate in club training and club practices here at the fitness center and Redwood Hall. It'll take time for Haitians and their land to recover from earthquake damages, and right now Haiti can use all the help that they can get. On days where Seth isn't making calls, traveling, editing, or writing, he likes to come to El Porto Beach to surf. Earlier today, this tree toppled over, damaging a Porter Ranch home. Neighbors are now concerned because winds are expected to reach up to 50 miles per hour by tonight. For decades, McDonald's has put toys in their Happy Meals, but now the Santa Clara County says they will ban their toys in order to prevent child obesity. It seems like people on the roads are still multitasking, texting, talking, and twittering. Although some people continue to break the law, the word has spread and is slowly making changes on the road. During the heavy traffic hours, it's pretty easy to find people still breaking the hands-free cell phone law, like this guy. And this woman, if pulled over by the police, will get fined. The law, which passed on July 1st, 2008, states that drivers 18 and over need to purchase a hands-free device, like this one, to drive and talk on the phone. Texting is not allowed behind the wheel. Drivers under 18 cannot use any phone device while driving. But truth is, many drivers over and under 18 do break the law.
It's dangerous, but I do it myself.
No, I don't call, just text.
I usually don't try to call people, but if I get a call, I'll answer it.
California Highway Patrol Officer Lavano says the law needed to be changed since people started to text while driving.
The first laws that went into effect in 2008 had a loophole in them, and it did not cover texting. So we would see people not necessarily talking on the phone, but they were still busy with their hands. They were trying to text, and it was even more dangerous than talking on the cell phone. So this second law went into effect in 2009 in making it illegal to text and drive.
Violators will get a $20 fine for their first offense and a $50 fine for their second offense, but that's just a base fine. Court fees and additional penalties could make the price go up to $150 or more. The CHP reports that the total number of cell phone citations from July 2008 to December 2009 was over 183,000 tickets given to drivers. That may sound like a huge number, but the CHP says the citations have gone down. Now, with the law applying to texting, since January 2009, there have been over 1,700 people cited for driving and texting. People are always on their cell phones nowadays, and the Los Angeles Police Department handles many accidents caused by cell phone distractions. Detective Bustos urges drivers to use the phone only when it's an emergency while driving.
First of all, driving in the state of California, it's a privilege. It's not a right. And we have to take that very seriously. Driving is an awesome responsibility. If it's that important for you to answer that message, pull over to the side of the road if that message needs to be answered immediately for your safety and the safety of everybody else on the roadway.
Many people are tempted to pick up the phone during heavy traffic hours, but at that time is when it's most dangerous. Cynthia Garcia, Valley View News. This chicken dish is a customer favorite at Echo Park. And to get it, you have to go see a man named T. Georges Laguerre.
I was born in Haiti 56 years ago.
His name, T. Georges, means junior or little guy. But Laguerre is a man with a big heart. On January 12, 2010, an earthquake of 7.0 magnitude shook Haiti, killing thousands of people and leaving the country in desperate need of help. Laguerre hosted a fundraiser at his restaurant to raise money and send to Haiti. But he says the purpose of his event was not about the money.
It was more so about awareness, because a lot of people in America does not know about Haiti, and it's a very sad thing.
Laguerre was inspired by his grandmother. She owned a restaurant in Haiti, and when he came to California, he decided to open his own restaurant to give people a taste of his homeland. When he heard about the quake, he thought what better way than to promote his roots and send 100% of the proceeds to Haiti. He says he had a good turnout at his fundraiser, and his business didn't continue to boom after the event. But that's okay with him.
People feel that because of the earthquake and now you're making money. No. My goal, my dream will always have been to promote the culture of Haiti.
Right now, Haiti can use all the help that they can get. People can donate money to the Red Cross hospitals. Laguerre continues to save money. He says he plans to help recultivate Haitian land. He says that all the help that Haiti is receiving from around the world today will end, but Haiti will always need help.
We have to understand that taking begging, receiving aids from around the world, it is not going to be the problem solved of aid.
Cynthia Garcia, Valley View News. What you see here is a woman sparring with a fellow teammate. CSUN's co-ed boxing program has not attracted too many ladies yet, but the boxers, including Lisa Porter, say anyone can benefit from being a part of the club.
I'm in great shape, probably the best shape of my life. The team has made me more dedicated to boxing and getting up and running at 6 a.m. and being mentally strong and going through class. It just makes, I guess it just makes me a stronger person.
Definitely getting back into shape, feeling better. You know, fighting's always a good thing to have, just in case.
I think people might find that appealing, just to be able to be confident and be able to defend themselves.
Those interested in joining the club don't have to know much about the sport, but Coach Paul McBurnett says what he looks for in potential boxers is knowing how to take instruction well.
You know, when we're trying to train someone and you want them to do something, they need to be able to learn it within, you know, relatively a few minutes, be able to at least echo what it is that you've asked them to do. If they're not able to do that, it just makes the learning on the team just harder as a whole.
People can join the club to simply get back in shape, but they are not required to compete against other teams. Pretty much anyone can participate in club training and club practices here at the fitness center and Redwood Hall, but only those skillful enough in boxing can actually compete against other schools. The club could use a little more support from CSUN, however. Their budget only allows them to invest in their license to compete. The club members need to purchase their own equipment and also pitch in money to practice in a boxing ring.
As you notice, our training, we don't have a ring, so we can't simulate being in competition scenarios. So we usually have to go to other gyms and rent their studio equipment to be able to be in a ring and give these guys ring time.
But the money is not an issue for the boxers. Team members say they become almost like family and everyone supports each other. This should be reason enough to want to be a part of the club. Cynthia Garcia, Valley View News. A graduate student, one of our very own Matadors, has won an award from the BEA. He said he learned a lot from working on this project and that it was a life-changing experience. Seth Corey is a CSUN graduate student who won an award for a musical documentary film he did on Beirut called Sounds of Beirut. He sold everything he owned and made Beirut his new home for 4 months. But that's a piece of cake for a man who's competed in wrestling, battled flames as a firefighter, and even worked as a chef. He says that he applies himself at everything he does with little or no help. Even on his trip to Beirut, Seth was on his own.
People think that, especially when they find out about my heritage or whatnot, they assume that I'm one of those people that still has property over there, and honestly got off the plane in Beirut airport and just went and got a hotel. And then the next day went around town, started meeting people.
Seth says through film he's able to gather all his interests into one. He received his bachelor's from Arizona State, but came to CSUN to fulfill his passion for Beirut.
I've done a lot of different things. I took off one time and I just traveled through 14 countries on my own. You know, I just always been one of those people. I kind of want to try something, I want to do it, and then I kind of start wanting to do something else. And so with the documentary film and with academia, it seems like for the first time in my life I was finally able to channel many good qualities that I have into one thing.
As if Seth needed anything more on his plate, when he got back from Beirut, he was busy running a nightclub. But Seth enjoys doing journalistic work. He was able to finish his project in a couple of months. And when the surf's up, he hits the waves. On days where Seth isn't making calls, traveling, editing, or writing, he likes to come to El Porto Beach to surf, which is only one of his many hobbies. He says being a film artist isn't as glamorous as people think, and has a tip for those that are going to get into the business.
But you have to really be passionate about what you're doing. You have to be passionate about film, you have to be passionate about research, you have to be passionate about the subject that you're doing.
Cynthia Garcia, Valley View News.